All right, we're rolling.
Look, dressed in fatigues, I rep the East with my trustees, smoking on crack.
Okay, welcome everybody to another episode of the podcast. This is your host, Reese. Hope everyone's doing good. I'm doing okay as far as my mental health and everything, and with everything going on. My spirits have been lifted just to see so much more support of just Black people in general and everything. Even like Juneteenth was yesterday, and I've seen so many white people just celebrate it and bring more awareness to it. So that's been good to see. But I wanted to start off by apologizing because I haven't been uploading a lot, and I think that's because of all of the social injustices that we've been going through right now, and I feel like it wouldn't feel right to just act like everything it's like everything is okay when it's really not. But I still wanted to give some content for those who do enjoy my content. So to start off, I wanted to give everyone a good idea of where my direction is with my channel. I'm still going to do the pull-up series. My camera got stolen. I don't know who, man. Whoever took my camera, I hope you ain't watching this video, but if you took it, bro, please give me it back. Please give me it back. But that put me on hold for a while because I love my camera. Someone took it, so that sucks. But I'm still gonna do the pull-up series. I still have so many people that want to be on board, and I'm gonna get to everyone. I just need to make sure it's the right time and everything. So I'm gonna get to it. I'm also gonna still put these type of things where it's just me. I want to be able to get more comfortable behind the camera and everything. So this one's gonna be me. So to dive into things, let's talk about how Uzi got snubbed from the BET Awards. Isn't that crazy? I think the nominees were Drake, of course, Travis Scott, Roddy Ricch, The Baby, and I'm missing someone. But either way, Uzi not being in that is crazy. And like everyone who knows me personally knows I love Uzi for sure. But I don't understand how he didn't get at least nominated. It's crazy. Like, of course Drake will probably win, but at the same time it's just like, how can you not put Uzi on there? Like, Eternal Take was, I think it's the best project of the whole year so far. And he has he had 34 songs chart at the same time on the Billboard Hot 100, and he still wasn't nominated. Like, and even he tweeted and was like talking about like how they do him and all that stuff, and it's because he doesn't really fall into the hip hop genre. He's not really hip hop, but you could say the same thing about Drake, the same thing about Trav. Like, and Travis Scott hasn't even made a project in like 2 years, so it's crazy that he was even in the nominations. And I love Trav, but like, doesn't make sense. But that goes to just go into like the politics of hip hop, just because like, and I'm no way in the hip hop business or anything, but just looking at it from like a fan's view, it looks like if you're not real into, like, if you're not real hip hop, everything is not the same as everyone else, then you kind of get blackballed in a way. So I feel like with Uzi Sound, especially with the Eternal Take album, it doesn't really sound like hip hop. It just sounds like hip hop, alternative, I don't know, just like a mixture of everything. But I think that's what makes it great. So I don't know, but I think like being a hip hop fan and being a part of it, not being a part of it, but being like a listener, it's been interesting to see how much it evolved and how much like certain songs get more leeway than other songs. And this song isn't hip hop, it's called pop because it has a melody. Like, it's weird. I think at the end of the day, like, we know Uzi is hip hop. Like, he might make a pop song here and there, but that EA Eternal Take is a hip hop album. And 34 songs charting at one time. Come on now, that's crazy. furthermore, to get into like more of the NBA type of things, the NBA is coming back next month in July, and it's been interesting to see so many of the players speak out. Some players liking the idea of the bubble, some players not liking the idea of the bubble. So it's definitely been interesting to see them talk about it. Me personally, I think that it's something that is interesting, to say the least. Like, certain teams have certain hotels that they're going to be in, and they play whoever's in like their hotel, and it's weird. But the whole bubble thing, just, I don't know, like, I'm kind of on both sides of the fence as far as players saying that they shouldn't come back and players saying that they don't really, they want to compete because of everything that's going on right now, as far as the not really so much the riots, but bringing more awareness to police brutality and everything. I understand why players won't play, because playing right now just gives it a distraction in a way. So, and it's kind of like them playing right now loses focus of what's the big picture, which is protesting, getting people to understand like what's really going on. And I understand that they just don't play, like, and players have the option to not play at all. So it's interesting to see like players are taking that step, like, and they really care about the communities. They really care about the Black communities and everything. So I can't condemn anyone for not playing. Like, I respect that to the fullest. It's hard to say what I would do in that situation, because at the end of the day, you still have to provide for your family, and in other ways, I see how players would still want to play because they want to bring awareness to the situation by playing. And I could suggest maybe even putting a patch on the jerseys, or even kneeling before the games, or anything to like bring awareness to it, because everyone knows, like, when the NBA comes back, everyone's going to want to see it, to see how they're going to do it. So if you use that platform to bring more awareness to everything, I think that could be a good thing. One of the more sought out people that's been looked at in this situation, or this scenario and everything, has been Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving has always been a part of some type of drama, or someone's always like trying to figure out why he says this or why he believes in that. As far as like the earth being flat and leaving Cleveland and everything. But as far as him like saying that he's willing to risk everything to make everything like a point, you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as bringing awareness to police brutality and the things that's going on in this world, and the things that Black people are going through in this world. I just think that Kyrie Irving is more so misunderstood than anything. I think that he means well. I just think that the people that he talks to about certain things might leak it out to the media, and they kind of stir it into something different. And then that's when you have the Kendrick Perkins and the Stephen A's and the Shannon Sharps and whatever, then they start to depict how he said it and what he said it. And like, I'm a big person on like tone. So if your tone can say anything. Like, if I text and say, hey, you don't know if I'm like, hey, or like, hey, or like, you don't know my tone or what I meant by it, because I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to whoever I'm talking to about it. You're just leaking the information, and it makes it seem like I'm an asshole or I don't know what I'm talking about. But it's none of your business what I said, But that's why I can relate to Kyrie, because it's like he gets shamed for having an open mind and having certain ideas that he wants to bring forward, and that's not really the way you should go about it. Like, I think it's like even like the earth being flat thing. Like, he had a whole conversation with someone like probably an hour plus, and the only thing that came out of that was the earth being flat, you know? So like, I just think it's weird how they can just twist anything into an article or a story when it's really not a story at all, you know? So it's crazy. But I can't fault Kyrie for feeling like how he feels, because he's he's his own person. And only thing that I will say is the rumor, I will say it's a rumor, that he wanted to make their own league. I don't really think that's really smart, I guess, but like I said, like, it's his choice, and if he wanted to do that, then he could do that, you know? I mean, I can't fault him for what he believes in. And then I also kind of agree with Kendrick Perkins when he's talking about Kyrie Irving, like, being willing to sacrifice everything, when there's an athlete named Maya Moore who has sacrificed everything. I mean, we're talking about a multiple-time champion, a multiple-time MVP, probably one of the best women to ever play basketball, just drop everything and, you know, be an activist as far as being in the Black communities and bringing awareness to everything. So I'm not saying he should do that, but I think if you're going to say these certain things, you should act on it, you know? So that's my thing. But at the end of the day with Kyrie Irving, I just think that he just more so just misunderstood. I don't think that he's like a bad guy or a bad person or anything. I just think that he just misunderstood. But back to the NBA, I think as far as like predictions and everything, it's kind of hard to tell because you don't know who's playing. Like even like Lou Williams of the Clippers, he's thinking he's 50-50 on everything, and he has a valid point, because I mean, should they really be playing right now? You know, it's like what's going on in the world right now is way bigger than winning an NBA championship in 2020, when you can just cancel it and come back in 2021 and go from there. But since they are having a season, I do want to give predictions. As far as the Eastern Conference, I feel like the Bucks kind of have it wrapped up because it's Giannis. He's probably going to win the MVP again, so that's going to be something. And I think he has a lot to prove still, postseason wise. I mean, we know he's a great regular season player. I mean, the MVPs speak for themselves. But I think last year he didn't show his full capabilities on what he could do. You know, I think right now he's a top 5, top 6 player in the league. So he's already, the talent's there. You just have to show it in the postseason. But I feel like he's been hungry all year, and like he's had an even better season than he had last year, which was his MVP season. So I think he's on a mission. So I have them coming out the East. I think Toronto could be a dark horse. I do think Miami is a dark horse, but I see the Bucks going all the way. As far as the Western Conference, I think that it all just depends on what Lou Will does. Like if he plays, then like, and the Clippers are in full strength, then I see the Lakers and Clippers in the Western Conference final. But I see the Lakers coming out just because of, honestly, star power. I mean, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, I mean, you just can't beat that. I mean, once LeBron is on, I mean, and we've seen it for years. Like, I'm 24, I've been seeing this for a decade plus. Like, when he turns it on, and you can't stop it. Like, there's no way you can stop it. And then not only do you have Bron, you got AD, which is an easy 25-10, if not 30-10 in the playoffs. So you got that. And then you got shooters, you got bigs. So it's like, how do you even guard that? And then as far as the Clippers, like, they got Kawhi, which is, you know, the defending champion, you know, finals MVP. You got Paul George, who I think is a top 10 player. You got Montrezl Harrell, you know, so it's going to be a battle, of course. But I do think that the Lakers come out on top. So, Lakers and Bucks finals. Hold on, excuse me. Yeah. Lakers and Bucks finals. I can see that going back and forth because I have no clue who's going to guard Giannis at all. Like, I have no clue. You might have to put AD on him, but then I feel like he's kind of quick and more aggressive for AD. Like, I don't know if he can hold him for, the whole 48. Then you can't put LeBron on him because, like, you can't make him exhaust himself being on the defensive end like that because he still has to, play offense. And he's such a vital point of the offense that you can't just make him use all his energy on defense. So I see Giannis definitely going off. I mean, he might average a smooth 34 and 13 type of thing and might even dish in like 4 or 5 assists. So it's going to be crazy to see what he does. Lakers, I feel like LeBron's going to do his thing. AD's going to do his thing. And the only thing with the Lakers is they have to make sure that their shooters are knocking down their shots. The bench players coming in, Caruso and Rondo, they have to come in and contribute. So that's going to be their thing. I do think that what concerns me the most about the Lakers is their bench because once LeBron is out, which he probably won't see too much time on the bench because, like, he's just such a vital point, like I'm saying, but it all comes down to who can knock down more shots. If Caruso can come in, if Rondo can come in, if KCP, if they can hit their shots, and Avery Bradley, if they can hit their shots, then I don't see them losing, But if they have those slumps, then it's like it can go either way. As far as the Bucks, I mean, you got Giannis, which is, like I said, a good 34 and 13. Then you got Middleton, which is a fringe all-star, so he could go anywhere from 15 to 23 points a game, and he's shooting almost 50, 40, 90. So his efficiency is there. If he can come in there and clip in 2, I mean, it's gonna be a matchup. But overall, I can see the Lakers coming out of that in about give or take, no, not even give or take, I'll say 6 games. I can see them getting 6 games for sure. But I think that'll be interesting. As far as like the championship being an asterisk next to it, I don't really believe in that too much just because everyone has to deal with it. I can see if a player, like if Lil Will doesn't play at all, then you can say, okay, you didn't beat us at our full strength, so can we really call that a championship? So it's different. That's why I thought they should have just scrapped the whole thing because there's going to be so much drama surrounding it. So that's that. But to dive, let me take another drink. To dive back into the world right now, I think it's interesting to see so many people put so much awareness on everything. You still see those videos every day on Twitter of a new person getting shot down, gunned down, harassed, or whatever. You still see that, but I think if we can keep the protests up, if we can keep the awareness up, we can just keep these people's name alive. I think we can do it, man. I think we can do it. I think we can be able to get past everything and be able to just be one. Like I said before, and I'll say it again, I'm not really too deep into politics, but if you're able to vote right now, I mean, this is the best time to do it. I mean, come on now. Like, I don't even like to even dive into that, but we got to get this guy out of here, man. We just got to. Like, who wants him in office as president anymore? Like, come on, like, what is he doing? Like, I don't understand. But, and the fact that it's like our leader, not even knowing what to say about the protests and talking about when the looters loot, that's when people shoot or whatever. Like, that's not what you say, man. And forget the whole politics thing and being a president. What about just being a human being? Like, be a human being. There are black men, black women losing their lives over what? Over what? I just heard like maybe a week ago about the guy who was sitting in his park at the Taco Bell parking lot and was drunk. And he gets pulled over and, well, no, the police come to his car. So I guess someone called the police on him. And they ask him what he's doing, blah, 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 blah. And he's complying to everything. And he's saying, like, you know, he recognizes that he's drunk. He recognizes that he shouldn't be driving. And he's not driving, he's parked. Probably just trying to sober up. And he's saying, hey, I can just walk. I can just walk to my sister's house, to his kid, you know, and be fine. And they arrest him or try to arrest him. And then he, you know, it's a struggle, they fight. He grabs a taser, you know, whatever happened. He runs away and gets shot in the back. I mean, how many times we have to keep seeing this? In all seriousness, how many times we have to keep seeing this? It's crazy. It's disgusting. And we can't get a word out of the president about it. Can't get a word of our leader of our country. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. It's just a matter of if you want to believe it or not, if you want to choose to see it or not. Like, people aren't choosing to see what's really going on. And it's nuts. Getting shot in your bag when you were so you were complying to everything, like you're being so understanding, like respectful and everything. Like, I can't say whether or not he should have grabbed that taser, and that's not even a big point. It doesn't even matter if what he should have did. It's another black man dead by the hands of the police. And yeah, the guy is getting arrested and whatever for murder. Like, what's that gonna do? It's not gonna do much. This racism thing is getting crazy, man. It's getting crazy, and it feels like, even, I mean, I hate to repeat myself because I was talking about this on my last video, but it just seems like we're going in circles. Like, people riot, people protest, and then for a glimpse, we see people understand. For a glimpse. And then another video surfaces. And that's it. It's just a never-ending cycle. What do we have to do to get our voices heard? What do we have to do to make sure that those names of every single name of every person that's been shot down, gunned down, harassed, to just keep their name alive? It's nuts. It's nuts. You can't even tell me how many people in the past 5 years have been shot down. Say their name. It's crazy. I hate to end this podcast on such a note like this, but it's just, it has to be done. I can't make any content without bringing more awareness to this and to whatever platform that I have, and whatever people rock with me or whatever. Like, they have to realize, like, I stand with that. Like, I stand with that wholeheartedly, and if you can't rock with that, then I just can't rock with you. So that's my spill on that. On some lighter news, I wanted to pre-announce that I will be having a pretty big announcement next week. So if you have stayed this long, then you have a good idea of what to look for. So that will conclude this episode. It'll be uploaded, well, once you hear it, you'll hear it. But I'll make sure to upload it on the all podcast services and everything, so you can get to it. But yeah, like I said, if you got this far, please leave a like for me. Even comment. Tell me your best topic of the day. So yeah, thank you. God bless. Thank you so much for watching this far. And peace.